Good day, everybody. Again, my name is Eric Leyland, and welcome to my channel. If you've never been to this channel and you dropped into it, thank you for joining us. I work in digital advertising, and I get to sit in the seat of Simplify, helping clients through programmatic advertising. And again, if you're not familiar with that, I'll talk about that in a second. I also work in Google advertising and social media advertising, SEO, and email marketing. So I also help on the side through these different areas through my side project, and I bring those together to really hone in on how to effectively advertise in the digital environment. So I took this article that Simplify put out, and it really speaks to a question that I've had asked of me many times. So again, I've been doing this and working in this environment for about 20 years. And I've worked in radio advertising. I've worked at a digital marketing agency. I now operate within the Simplify universe and ad tech. And all through those years, I've had this question asked of me. And so I've answered it many times. And I thought it would be good to have this video to speak to this question and kind of really elicit what's going on behind the scenes. So when you look at, again, digital advertising, programmatic advertising, what is it speaking to? It's about running ads in all these different areas. So software is here to help run ads on connected TV and mobile display, all these areas. So it's a massive, massive landscape, right? It's really, really large. We have display ads and connected TV and streaming audio. All these things are happening, and we're placing ads in all these different areas. You can't be in all of them. I hope you do not have time to go clicking around in all these websites to try to find your ad, because it's going to be a long time. There's just literally thousands of websites, thousands of apps, multiple streaming spaces. It's endless of the places that your advertising can be placed, right? That's why it's programmatic advertising. Software is helping to manage that, right? Software is placing ads in all these different places to make sure that you have the exposure into them. This is not like advertising just on Google, right? Google is one search engine. Your ads are actually pretty easy to see in that environment because you have a keyword, you search it, you should see it. If you don't, then there's ways to make that happen to make sure you do see it. But at the end of the day, that's one platform. Social media it's similar. It's a massive universe from the amount of users that are on it, but there's really just Meta has two platforms in it, and it's those areas that you're placing those ads. It's singular or two spots that you're going to land if you're talking about Meta within Facebook and Instagram. But when you look at this environment of programmatic advertising of display and connected TV and streaming audio, literally, as I've said, there's thousands of places that you could be, which is why it takes software to place those ads. So seeing your ad in this environment is challenging because there's just so many places for it to land. The other topic to this is that you are not typically your audience, right? The marketing people that I work with, the businesses that I help out with, they're not trying to target themselves. Usually they have an audience that's outside of their demographic range. It's also out of their geographic range. I have a client that's in Europe right now that wants to target places in South Florida. It's just they're never going to see their ad because they're not geographically anywhere close, right? And so keeping that in the back of your mind is something that's important, is that you are not the audience that you're trying to target. So these ads that you see that are out there, we're trying to hone in on the right audience at the right time. And I like that we're using the idea of a billboard. Billboard advertising is good from the standpoint it reaches the masses, but it's reaching a lot of people that have no interest in your product. What we're trying to do is narrow it down to reaching an audience that is most likely interested, right? It's the right household at the right time, and that's really the importance of software. Going back to programmatic, why software is important is that we want to reach these people at the right time. You're not trying to reach every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there, right? It's about reaching the right audience at the right time. Along those same, thought lines is that we want to make sure that the ads are reaching the right person and not wasting your dollars. So this fancy term of deterministic approach really just means that we're modeling the advertising around what's actually working. So we're determining the path that's best and then placing the dollars in that vein. And so when we look at, again, what software is doing is it's making sure that the audience is being optimized around, that the websites are being optimized around, which is what this is speaking to, is that we want to find the engagements and spend money there. So if you're just blindly going around the web to try to find your ads, it's going to be hard because our software is saying, well, this is working, this is not working, and we're putting money into where we have seen a better return on that investment. So, we talk about cross-device targeting. So if we see that mobile is working better than tablets, then we're going to shift dollars there. There's constantly this conversation behind the scene that the software is having about moving dollars to where, again, we've seen the most impact. And so if you're just blindly trying to find it, you're going to have a hard time because, again, it's not following the path of the software. You're just following a click path that's not really, not thoughtfully, led. One of the conversations that we have a lot is around frequency. So I've worked with clients that have had, campaigns that have no frequency cap, meaning that the ads are shown, ad nauseum, and that's not good for your brand, right? One of the things that's important is that you're putting in caps so that your ads are not seen 15, 20, 30 times a day. Typically, we have it about 3 to 4 times a day that we want to show. And what that does is that allows us to reach more people. So if you have one person that sees the ad 20 times, that's going to get annoying. What we really want to do is reach 30, 40 people 3 to 4 times a day, and that's going to have a better rate of return for us and allow us to speak to the right person in the right area at the right time and not basically annoy the person with an ad 35 times a day, right? So that's really important to understand about what the software is doing is it's making sure that we're maximizing it across as many people as possible. So we also want to be in these spaces where, again, we can make sure that we're monetizing things. So you're not, again, this is kind of like, tongue in cheek, but like, we don't want you on your cell phone searching your ads. We want you to be busy reaching the right people and doing the right things at the right time. And so when we, again, run these types of ads, we know that, you should hopefully, if you're doing a retargeting campaign, you should hopefully see that. But a lot of times, you're in areas where your clients are not at. And conversely, you're going to be placing ads, where you're not at. So just keep that in the back of your mind that your marketing dollars are going to be reaching the person that you're trying to reach. We're not trying to market to you, right? So, but you still do want to prove out that this is a smart investment, right? This is all about not seeing your ad. What do we really care about? We care about revenue. We care about conversions. We care about making sure that we're reaching the right audience and filling that pipeline. And so that's what we really want to do. And we have reporting internally and externally. We use Google Analytics to help tell a story, to make sure that things are working. And so all this is working together to, again, hopefully drive the right conversation. And that's what matters, right? We want proof in the pudding, and we want to make sure that the ads that are landing are getting the right response. And that's what, again, Simplified does. And what I do with my business is to help drive programmatic advertising, help drive, social media, Google advertising, SEO. All that should be baked into, this understanding that we're reaching people, that they're getting into the pipeline, and that we're moving them down to the pipeline, and that they're converting into business. And there's lots of reporting that can be done around that. And we want to feel that. We want to feel and really, again, see results. Seeing the ad, it's good if it happens, right? But what we really want to see is results from our campaigns. And that's what I try to bring to the conversation. And that's what Simplified does with our software and with our reporting that we have available. So if you're still, again, having questions about getting results, reach out to me. Feel free to touch base as we go into 2025. There's lots of planning that's happening right now. So let's talk these things out as to, again, what is available, how can we reach these people, how can we appropriately set up a marketing plan that's going to be successful. And again, that's what I've been doing for close to 20 years now for my clients, and I field these types of questions all the time. So I hope that this has, again, moved the needle for you as to understanding why you can and can't see ads online, but more importantly, know that there's solutions out there that can drive revenue for you. So, and that's what marketing should do is to make sure that people are finding out about you and using your services or buying your product. So again, thanks for jumping on this channel, and hopefully you have a blessed day. Thanks.